Disney Pixar, The Incredibles, Jack Jack Attack. Jack Jack was Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl's youngest son. One day, a girl from the neighborhood came to babysit him. Her name was Carrie, and she had watched lots of kids. But Carrie didn't know that Jack Jack was not a normal baby. She knew his parents as Bob and Helen Parr, not as supers with special powers. She arranged a few toys on Jack Jack's playmat and went to put on some music. When she turned back around, Jack Jack had vanished. He had somehow gotten all the way to the dining room. "Wait, how did you get there?" Carrie asked. Carrie went to the dining room, but by then the baby was in the kitchen. Carrie thought this was all very strange. "That's weird," she said. "Wait right there, here." She called Jack Jack's mom and left a message. "Hello, this is Carrie. I have a question about Jack Jack. Can you call me?" She turned around, but the baby was gone again. "Jack Jack, baby, where are you?" she called anxiously. Jack Jack was sitting on the ceiling. Splash! He emptied the milk from his bottle on Carrie's head. Carrie knew she had to do something. The baby was wandering everywhere. Carrie finally trapped him. She was sure she had found a way to keep Jack Jack in one place, but he escaped again. Jack Jack had made his way up to the bookshelf. "Be careful, baby," Carrie warned. "You might fall." Jack Jack teetered. Carrie dove to catch him. She thought she had made it just in time, but Jack Jack fell through the floor. Carrie raced downstairs. The baby was floating through the walls. Finally, Carrie caught him. Carrie brought Jack Jack back upstairs for some quiet time. Maybe she just needed to keep him occupied. "We're going to look at flashcards," she said. She showed him a triangle. Jack Jack clapped. Next, she showed him a house. He smiled. Then she showed him a campfire. The baby's eyes got big, and poof! Jack Jack burst into flames. Carrie grabbed the fireplace tongs and chased him around. When she caught Jack Jack, she took him into the bathroom and cooled him off in the bathtub. It was a very long night. Carrie had not been able to reach Jack Jack's mom, but by now she was prepared for anything. When Jack Jack burst into flames again, she was ready. When the baby shot burning lasers from his eyes, it didn't surprise her. She just deflected the beams. Carrie managed just fine. After all, she was a great babysitter. Splat the cat and the duck with no quack. Splat's bike went clickety-clack as he rode along a bumpy track to cat school. Suddenly, the wheel of the bike got stuck in a crack. With a quack and a smack, Splat tumbled onto the truck. Splat found himself nose to beak with a funny duck. The funny duck had a little book. The duck gave Splat a funny look. "How odd," said Splat. This duck was strangely quiet. "A duck lacking in quacking," said Splat. "That's not right." "Don't worry, duck," said Splat. "You must be lost. I'll take you back to the pond. I will help you get your quack back." Splat picked up the duck with the little book and put both in his backpack. "Take care in there," said Splat, "and don't sit on my fish stick snap." Splat put his backpack back on, got on his bike, and set off again along the bumpy track toward the pond. Splat's bike went clickety, clickety, clack, clack, clack. Splat stopped by the pond and opened his backpack. Duck popped out, looked about, then popped back in again. "Maybe Duck isn't lost," Splat said. "Mrs. Wimpy Dimple will know what to do." And Splat wobbled his way back on the truck to Cat's school. When Splat got to school, he parked his bike in the bike rack shop and dropped his backpack on the bumpy track. Duck looked out from a crack in Splat's backpack. Duck saw Spike's silly grin and had a panic attack. Duck jumped out of Splat's backpack. "Duck, duck," yelled Splat. "Where? Where?" yelled Plunk. Looking blank. "Too late." Splurf. The duck with the little book sat on Plunk's head. "No quack," said Splat. "No quack," asked Spike. "No quack," asked Plunk. "No quack," said Splat. "A duck lacking in quacking," said Spike and Plunk. "That's not right." "Maybe Duck is hungry," said Spike. Spike took the fish stick snap from Splat's backpack and gave it to Duck. But Duck didn't bite, so Spike ate the fish stick snack himself. "Maybe Duck is sad and needs to be cheered up," said Plunk. Plunk made a funny face. Duck didn't laugh. Duck didn't even grin. Plunk's funny face stayed stuck. I know," said Kitten. "Duck needs a bow with a little pink dress to match. That will bring Duck's quack back." But the bow and the dress were not a success. Duck's beak stayed firmly closed. "Mrs. Wimpy Dimple will know what to do," said Splat. Mrs. Wimpy Dimple looked at the duck. "A duck lacking in quacking," she said. "How very odd." "But the answer must be simple," said Mrs. Wimpy Dimple. "I will examine this duck with the little book," said Mrs. Wimpy Dimple. She played some music to test Duck's ears. Duck danced a merry duck dance. Duck's hearing is all right. Maybe the problem is Duck's eyesight, said Mrs. Wimpy Dimple. Mrs. Wimpy Dimple pointed to a chart. Duck just looked blank. She looked closely at Duck. Hmm, I see, she said, but I don't think Duck does. Mrs. Wimpy Dimple put her glasses on Duck's beak. Duck blinked. Duck opened the book and started to read out loud. As he read, Duck began to quack, 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 followed by a quack, quack, quack. Hooray for Duck! Cheered the helpful cats. Quack, 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 quack. Duck's quack was back, and that was that. Thanks for watching.